Ro.32.
It's my turn now.
"2019 Mountain Dew GSL Season 2. Codas Renaissance."
Welcome back to the GSL Codas. We're going to go to Trap versus herO, a Protoss versus Protoss for the winners match in today's GSL group.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to get a read on how well herO's playing based off of the Keen games. You know,
He's playing well.
He looks good. He looks better than he has in the last couple tournaments we've had. You know, for a while he was one of the scariest Protosses there was, and I think he's had a little bit of a tougher time lately. But again, Trap just seems to be in very, very good condition. He's just been steadily improving, and I think Trap's supposed to win this. What do you think?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think Trap is a top-tier Protoss right now, and herO's just below that. But the thing is, herO's best PvP looks like it's at the very top with SOS. You know, like his best PvPs are insane. Not sure. I guess we'll just see where he decides to hide his buildings and which buildings there and what buildings his opponents hide.
All right, we're ready for game number 1, Kairos Junction, Trap versus herO. Let's go.
Jin Air Green Wings. Trap. Triumphant Song Gaming. herO.
So PvP, there's always been a degree of, you can disguise what you want to do. There's a lot of different cheeses. It's kind of weird how this matchup operates. It's been like this all the way since StarCraft 1, but it got 10 times more pronounced in StarCraft 2. And especially just in this current state of Legacy of the Void. You're way more rewarded for doing kind of crazy, risky stuff or hiding stuff. And it's hard to kind of play just straight up and beat everything.
Yeah.
That's the difference. In StarCraft 1, it was still kind of hard to do because it's like there was, and I think rock, paper, scissors doesn't quite describe everything correctly because there were moments where the rock would end up beating the paper, if you will. But here it's become much, much harder to play standard, even there, than in StarCraft 1. It's...
Yeah, well, I think it's always... That's something about mirror matches in general.
Yeah.
Cutting a corner, if it's the right corner, gives you an advantage. And the reason why it's so hard to play a safe game and beat your opponent if they're somewhat near your level is because you can just cut a bunch of corners and just play very decisively.
Yes.
And it's going to kill something that's trying to be safe against too many things. And it's going to kill certain builds. So there's a lot of risk to it. The thing is, if you're a better player, you can make up for some of the randomness that occurs with this. And it really has to do, because there is some randomness, there is some mind games. But of course, like for instance, if you're much better than your opponent, you're going to be able to win no matter what. The thing is, when you get to this level, all these guys are close enough that it's like, well, let's take risks, both of us. Let's just both keep taking risks.
And so in this time around, we have these adepts coming up here now. Oh! Almost. I wasn't going to get but there's always been... I remember when this started to get solved in StarCraft 1 PvP, there was a trick where you'd go for a Dragoon rush into a DT rush. 2-gate Dragoon with range into DTs, which you would automatically lose to DTs if they sent it to you.
Yes.
And all of the builds before that were like, are you going to get an Observer? Are you going to do an all-in with just Dragoons? Are you going to do... You know, and the thing is, a 2-gate Goon Rush can beat a lot of stuff, and then a DT Rush can beat a lot of stuff because they were trying to hold off a 2-gate Goon Rush. And we have a lot of builds that kind of follow that concept now here in StarCraft 2, where you're kind of leaning in this direction, but maybe you're also going to try to swipe with another tech on the side there. And so we're seeing a lot of experimentation with proxies, whether that be robos or stargates, gateways even. And so it's made the early game in this matchup incredibly complex for everybody.
Now look at this. This is like really intelligent play from Trap. He keeps shading with 2 Adepts, and eventually we've seen herO take his low ground because he took a Nexus, and now he's flown all the way around with the 2 Oracles, so he's going to get massive damage.
Yeah, and so this is kind of the 1-2 punch I was talking about. The decoy with the Adepts, which we've already seen a lot of games where that's done a lot, but to come in here with these 2 Oracles after you've fished away their army with the 2 Adepts is that kind of play style here.
10 probes and he gets out with them.
Yeah,
it's
and 10 is an insanely big number. He early on.
He executed that so well. I think he needs one more Lucine Phoenix.
Yeah. Maybe if he gets 3 over there, it'll do damage, right?
But that was really, really well executed by Trap. The way he continually shaded, and herO came down very naturally in this kind of progression where you're like, well, I have to take my low ground because if he comes in for an attack and I'm on the ramp, I'm going to be dead, right?
Right.
I'm going to lose the Nexus. But and then even Trap flying that far around, amazing, really well done.
So from here, Trap just needs to back up. Unfortunately, he does lose one of those. But this counterattack here from herO might be quite a bit to hold off. In fact, I don't really see much. Granted, an Immortal is the greatest thing ever in this game. I don't know if 3 Stalkers and centering an Immortal can hold off this much. But let's see. Did I mention there's a battery?
There's 2 batteries.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's not going to hold forever on this Immortal.
I'm afraid not. And even though I think what he did was really exciting, I think losing your army, if it comes out at this much damage, well, hold on. Another Immortal's out.
But no shield batteries, no prism here.
This is true.
Which means it can be killed. And the Adept blocks it. Brutal.
Oh, how funny is this game?
Yeah.
Does he actually win this? Now, he doesn't have any mining back at home, so it's hard to warp in. So the bare minimum might be able to hold this up. Oh my God, there's going to be one more Immortal coming out! Oh my God!
Gets out right before. And that means he holds it.
Yeah.
And his Adepts are still over there killing probes. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Look at how funny that is.
What a game.
I can't even believe it.
Wow.
2 Adepts. The 2 Adept counterattack. Pretty good move. Kills the Prism. He's got plenty to kill this off. I guess
crazy.
Trap wins.
I can't believe we had a game like this.
Oh my God, he brought his probes to fight. Now you got to pull your probes to fight, Trap. You can't fight without your probes. You need your probes.
herO's laughing at himself. Oh man, you should have seen the reaction on both their faces. That was interesting.
That was
herO started laughing. Okay,
that was a sick game, but it shows you, you know, what we were talking about, where it's like you're taking these risks and you're playing so decisively.
Yeah.
That it's like both players are dying all game long.
That was such a great game. I mean, you could see both the players were so smart.
I feel like the PvP right now in Korea is basically 2 guys that are handcuffed together that jump out of an airplane with 1 parachute, but the parachute doesn't work. Okay?
I like this. I like this metaphor. Yeah, it's a crazy, crazy matchup. And wow, what a cool game. Those 2 Adepts saved the day. He was not able to warp in quite enough. And of course, that Immortal just barely coming out in time. Is there a guy singing while we're trying to do this?
Yeah.
Should I just stop talking?
Shut up.
Sorry.
Foul play.
That's gonna do the foul play.
The Repugnancy, our next map. Could we see a cannon rush?
All right. Yeah, why not? Trap vs. herO, game 2 starts now. Let's go.
게임이 시작됩니다.
Jin Air Green Wings. Trap.
Saw herO actually scout for cannon rush in the previous game, by the way. It's kind of important to keep track. Okay, both gateways, so Doesn't look like it.
Triumphant Song Gaming, herO.
That was such a crazy first game. These games tonight, this is the best group so far.
For sure.
A couple of the groups have already been really good.
That was one of those butterfly effect games too. It's almost impossible to recreate that game.
It is impossible
Because
unless you
there's-
host the replay.
Yeah, there's so many little things that had to happen to go just exactly like that to then get the game to where you have that much of a unique situation.
Look at herO's building placement. That building placement specifically, I'm pretty sure, is good against 3-gate Prism. So Stalkers are going to have a much harder time picking off your gateways.
Okay, so Trap is hiding a pylon in the bottom right. We're going to wait and see what kind of tech this is. I'm guessing a Stargate, but I mean, there's really so many different things you can do here.
I don't know if he's even going to put anything down there. I think that's like a red herring for herO's probe that's coming in.
Let's talk about that actually, because that's something that I think you have to really know a lot about the game to really get why you would ever want to do that. Because proxying is so commonplace. If you can scout and see that you count the pylons, you see one's missing, and truly there's one not in the main here. You might immediately start to react to certain types of tech that's just not coming.
Yeah, it's you can see how the probe is just kind of searching the map frantically right now, looking for that possible proxy, especially considering we had one last game. Both sides just making Stalkers right now. Definitely could see some aggression. Oh, look at that, he's hiding the other Stalker. Wow.
Very cute.
Wow. Trap is on top of every little thing.
Yeah, he's playing really, really, really well here.
Hiding that one makes you think, oh, maybe it's like a sentry. It's normally not a depth stalker, that almost never occurs, but sentry stalker definitely does.
Yeah, the Robo Bay is going to come down now. Meanwhile, Trap is getting a Nexus of his own.
Oh.
The Robo Bay may be a good defensive measure in a lot of cases, but it can end up parlaying into offense later on. As you know, getting Immortals out, especially if you're both making Stalkers, is basically one of the most important things to do in the matchup.
Yeah, you just laid that pylon down. You got to scout what types of units were being made.
Oh, here comes herO moving out, but there's already enough Stalkers over here. Whoa, misclick.
Yeah, that was.
This is like when you
He's
over
actually
micro
out-microing
Stalkers.
quite a bit.
Yeah. Ah!
Jeez.
I'm just going to be quiet until this is done.
Wow, Trap really just out-microed herO. You got like one additional Stalker.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, that's pretty wild because herO is very good at micro.
And Trap's Nexus is up a little bit sooner here.
Yeah, and his Robo is just behind herO's Robo. So
yeah.
And look at herO making an Immortal right now.
Travel time, you're always going to have enough of the same Immortals as your opponent here if Trap's on the defense.
Damn,
so Trap is just really good.
He's killing it. Okay, so Prism on the way. He already has a couple sentries. herO's definitely going to go for a push coming up. Trap sending over this Phoenix. He'll get his own Prism once he sees what's going on. 3 sentries, Robo, Immortal, yep. Time for Trap to make a Prism. Oh, he makes the second Immortal first. Okay.
It is funny how that's always one of these big decisions is what are you going to make out of that Robo?
Yeah.
When do you want that Warp Prism out here? Because we've often talked about how you know an attack is going to be coming when you see a Warp Prism, but no matter what, you have to have Warp Prisms in PvP. Yeah. You need them to micro. A Warp Prism player always beats another Warp Prism player if their micro is worth anything at all.
Yeah, and herO's is very, very good. In this type of situation, there are 2 shield batteries, so maybe that's what makes him feel like he can sneak out the second Immortal. Looks like he's going to hit the main and then probably turn around and go towards the natural, if I had to guess. But if you don't have a Prism, the force fields can just force a lot of unit kills. Okay. Oh, that is... Wow, that's a really interesting use of force fields.
That's
I like that a lot.
Funny. Look at that. He's unpowered that now. Meanwhile, herO's going to come in here, try to just get rid of some of these probes.
Can't sink his adept shots.
Yeah, once they were no longer staggered shots, he was able to do a little bit more. He actually come in here and continue to kill some more of these workers.
Wow. herO. God, Trap was looking good, but now herO's looking good.
All right, I don't know about that force field. What a funny moment. He just delays the powering of the Robo. Now we've got Adept Glaives coming here from herO.
Yeah. Well, I think it's, I mean, this game has definitely been way too passive. It's time for someone to really turn it up a notch. The Glaives are going to be a pretty good choice considering this is right now an Immortal-like race. Both sides just making non-stop Immortals. Adepts are going to be a very quick way to kind of get around that. Twilight coming up for Trap.
Here comes that Warp Prism again. This time it's got 2 Immortals in there. It's also Trap's turn to try to do something on the map here with his own Immortals. It does also seem like Trap's pretty ready to defend everywhere over here. Can he actually unpower this? This is so weird. They're both going to be doing the same obscure strategy or tactic on each other, which is unpowering the Robo.
Well, right now, Immortal drops are just so good because no one has a Stargate here, and no one went Blink, so Immortal drops are like the ultimate. You just can't kill them.
Listen, guys, put more pylons by your Robos, okay?
That's just more pylons for them to kill. Oh my god.
Okay, this is actually way more kills than I thought was going to have with Trap here.
Well,
the Immortals get the Nexus too. I'm like, okay, guys, let's calm down. How much of my disbelief do I have to suspend to get through this cast here? Those Immortals did so much damage. Now, Resident Glaives is going to finish. Maybe he'll be some kind of opening for him to do some positional damage here. What?
This is so funny to watch.
Really? I'm
Hell
so
yeah.
surprised that Trap is choosing to do this, but it's actually working.
This is when you're really confident in your micro.
Yeah, you're like, I am just straight up better than you.
He got one and 2 probes.
Yeah.
Very red Immortals.
He just dribbled the basketball in between his legs.
Oh my gosh.
And dunked on him. He just actually did that. He actually was inside of herO's base, dropping Immortals against a player with a Warp Prism, dropping his Immortals, and he killed an Immortal.
Yeah. That was a lot of damage, and good thing for him, because I think that herO's Quick Glaives had a lot of potential here, but the timing is going to be missed.
I agree.
Glaives is finishing now. If he was hitting right now, if he hadn't taken all that damage, wow. What a crazy timing this would be. Instead, Trap has bought himself a ton of time. He's getting +1 in charge. Oh my god, it's Trap getting the Glaives. Did we do that thing again?
No. herO went for Glaives initially, and then Trap got his own Glaives.
Oh, so herO went charge afterwards?
That I do not know. Hold on.
So confused.
Well, the thing is, we don't have any Zealots here, so we'll never know on that one. Anyways, he's going to continue to come in here. I think that Trap just takes this. He's just doing too well. As long as he can keep picking up the weaker Immortals and pulling them back.
Some good micro here from herO as well. Popping a lot of these units back. 2 of his Immortals not shooting forever, though.
Yeah,
one of them falls immediately. Seems like Trap's just going to be able to take it.
1 Immortal goes down. 3 Immortals to 2. And it looks like just barely herO's starting to fend this off. I actually thought he was going to win and push through there, too, to be honest. But, you know, the defender's advantage there. You have those shield batteries up and everything else.
Uh-oh, it's this again.
Here we go.
Oh, he lost one this time. Thought he was cool.
Quick draw Immortals. So we have some more Warpins outside. Now it's just 1 Immortal here. And there's no Immortals being made on either side. I think that Trap wants to try to snowball this with just his Adepts. In fact, he's not. Nobody's even making Immortals. I think he just says he can win this tier 1.
There's like no units here
maybe
for
herO is actually more brittle than I'm realizing, but I would have thought that he can hold this.
Ooh, I like how that's just 2
so
finish there.
good.
It's so nice. And then Shades 2 in the natural as well.
herO's like, I can't take this. I'm moving across the map now.
Yeah, it's time for that counterattack.
Oh my god, he just killed 10 probes.
It's pretty wild.
Okay, so Trap is heading back home.
herO has a big army.
That he does. But can Trap get enough to just fend this off? He has not brought his Immortals. herO has not brought his Immortals, so he needs to get that over there.
Yeah, he's got to wait for that now.
Like most ASAPly. Oh, wow. But he's going to send his Immortal, Trap is, over to herO's main base. And now he's going to follow him there. These Immortals fire from the hip, Artosis. Watch out.
Yeah, they really do. some force fields go down. The Archon's definitely going to help out quite a bit. Stalkers and Immortals actually do decent damage against them, though.
Okay. Again, a lot of batteries back here for Trap.
I feel like watching these two prisms full of Immortals fight each other is like a really bad synchronized swimming routine.
Yeah, I would say so. So the supply lead overall here, it's Trap with just a few more probes, but a slightly smaller army. herO certainly has more Archons here. But Archons, it kind of depends on the angle with that, you know, how much damage you can get. If the opposing army is very clumped up, Archons are the greatest thing ever. If you're in a very, very narrow area, a lot of times Archons in big numbers, you know, a few are stuck in the back running around and they're not able to get up there and do that much damage.
herO does have that +1 attack. He's attacking into 4 shield batteries, though, and Immortals beat Archons. So
Immortals beat everything, Artosis.
yeah, that's a really good point,
All right.
Tasteless. It's a really good point. We got the 2 Adepts force a recall.
It's going to be a little bit. No third base either. They're both kind of powering up. It's weird, too. This game is really slowed down to a crawl. You know, it's not every day you see 2 players both trying to kill each other off. Normally one person's trying to expand here.
Yeah.
But it does seem like tactically Trap is just a better player if he can get outside of herO's base. In both games we've seen that. Trap is really a refined player.
You know how, like, we've oftentimes called ZVZ a knife fight?
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's really dangerous. Whoever gets that first damage is going to be really big.
Right.
I feel like what I'm watching, like, PvP nowadays is like kind of like WWF. They just keep hitting each other with chairs, and like one guy's eyes roll back in his head, he falls over, but then later on he jumps through a table.
Right.
And it's like that. The amount of damage they do to each other is so phenomenal. They have done so much damage to each other over and over and over.
It really is. PvP is a real knockdown fight now. Okay, another warping over here.
This is so funny with the Adepts on the low ground.
Yeah, I thought I wasn't seeing that correctly at first. I'm like, huh?
All the tactics. All of them.
Well, this is not doing anything.
Oh, it's doing something.
The spirit was there, though, Artosis.
Look at this.
Disruptor.
One
That's
disruptor.
big.
Oh, my God. That's a good hit.
Yeah,
that was a lot
beautifully
of damage.
done.
Yeah, hero's
herO
not
just
going to
he's just going through a meat grinder.
He's going through a cloud grinder, Tasteless.
That's right, cotton ball grinder.
His cotton ball factory's getting set on fire by these Immortals and Disruptors.
Okay, so that was just the end of the game there. It was like pretty back and forth, pretty exciting, and then herO just ran his army in there.
But what if he drops 2 Immortals in trap space?
Or maybe 2 Adepts go back in there and start killing probes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a game of chance.
Seriously. Look at this, now into Blink Disruptor for trap.
Okay, more warp-ins. Yeah, this is just over.
Yeah, absolutely not going to work. Trap going to be able to take this down. 2-0. Very nice series, though.
Yeah, I enjoyed
herO
this fight
is
a bit.
playing very well. Really would not be surprised if he ends up getting second in this group. Ooh!
All right, expect GG. This game is over, and herO is going to go down to the final match. And coming up next, we're going to have Keen versus Scarlett here.
First, of course, we got to hear from Trap, who continues to show great games for his fans.
Really awesome stuff. Trap going to be very happy with that. We're going to go to an interview with Trap here, just see how he's feeling. I'll tell you, he looked great, but it was not an easy day. He definitely had to work for this victory and coming out in first place.
herO has to await the next match, but yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from him today. Definitely playing his own style and playing it well, but Trap's on fire right now, so you can't really...
Oh, those are Trap's parents, by the way.
Oh, nice.
We're going to have an interview.
Trap.
It's going to be translated by G-Clef. G-Clef, take it away, brother. Let's see how Trap's doing now that he's gotten out first here and is going to move on to the round of 16.
네, 이번 시즌2도 돌풍의 핵이 될까요?
And again, maybe he will be the Tempest.
선수 만나보겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
Get to talk to Trap.
네, 이번 시즌2도
Congratulations.
굉장히 기대하고 있는데요. 먼저
Lots of expectations for you, of course. Let's hear how you feel right now.
스타일이 너무 뭘 할지 모르는 스타일이라서 준호 형 만났을
And right
때가
now
제일
against
걱정됐을
herO,
것
I was
같았는데
worried the most because I
1세트를
actually did not know what kind of
이겨가지고
style that he was going to bring.
쉽게 이긴 것 같아요.
But taking the first set, first game, I think that helped me a lot winning the second one.
이런 껄끄러운 상대를 이긴 이런 승자전 기쁨은 좀 남다른
And of course,
기쁨일
it's
것
going to feel
같은데
a little
어떠세요?
different
더
for
많이
you
기쁘신가요?
winning again in the winners match.
그 IEM에서 질 수 없던 경기를 졌던 그
And
기억 때문에
I've lost the match in IEM, a match that I could not
요즘에는
lose.
절대 다크해지지 않는 것 같아요.
And I think that's
네,
another reason
방금도
why I will
게임
not lose against any
끝나기
darks.
직전에 옵저버의 증폭을 썼거든요.
아,
절대
I was also using the observer
절대
last,
다크에 당하기 싫어서
아,
그냥
just in case, because
IEM에서는
I
아쉽게
remember dark.
졌지만
네.
그 패배가 고약이 된 것 같아요.
네, 그런 부분들이 경기에도 큰 영향을 미치는 것 같네요.
I think those are
자,
actually,
확실히
those can
조성호
become a factor.
선수에게는 정말 든든한 조력자가 계시는 것 같아요. 오늘도 또 부모님이 경기장을 찾아주신 것 같은데
And also your parents
굉장한
actually came down to the
조력자신데요.
venue.
굉장히 스튜디오를 많이 찾아주시는 것 같아요.
Seems like you have a lot of
본집이 좀
helping hands.
바꿔가지고 또 이제 시간이 맞다 보니까 많이 찾아와 주시는 것 같아요.
And our
그리고
family house is actually not too far away from the venue.
제가 부담되실까봐
아,
조용히 오세요. 제가 모르게.
And so
부모님께서
they don't
경기에
actually
대한
tell me
조언도 혹시 하시나요?
that they're coming because it can be a pressure for me,
어머니가
but they just
가끔
come without
해줄
telling
때가
me.
있어요.
And sometimes my
경기에 대해서
mom
구체적으로
actually asked me about the
구체적이진
match.
않고 그냥 큰 그림을 뭐 어떻게 해라 이렇게.
네.
And my mom tells
말씀해
like this
주실 때가
macro
있어요.
is
제
like you should do
경기는
this in the
온라인
macro
대회까지 다
way.
챙겨보시거든요.
And they actually watch all of my matches personally.
전문가적인 식견을 가지고 계실 것 같은데 그래도
seems like your parents
부모님께서
know a lot
조성호
about the
선수의 저그전만큼은 어떤 조언도 하지 않으실 것 같아요. 워낙 완벽하니까.
But
오늘
of course your
저그전
match against
필살기로 무장한
Scarlett,
선수에게도 승리를
Scarlett had a
거뒀습니다.
lot of all-ins, but of course you won against her.
그런 공격적인 빌드를 가지고 왔는데
She had a lot of
어떻게
aggressive
예상대로
builds
되신
against you.
건가요?
Was it
어떠셨어요?
all just like you planned, or was there some difference in it?
예상대로 흘러간 것 같아요. 일단
I think what was
저그가
expected
이겼으니까
come out.
그
Of
부분은
course,
예상대로
I
된 것
won.
같고.
So I think that was like
솔직히
expectation of the
좋아하긴
match.
하는데 요즘 프로토스가 저그를 이기려면
Right now, for
인형으로
Protoss
이기기가
to actually
너무
win
힘들어요.
Zerg,
그래서 좀
in a
짧은
macro way, I think
경기들이
it's a
많이
little
나와요.
harder. So I think that's why I actually focused a little
지난
more on
시즌
in terms of
1이
macro and
많이
all in.
생각이 납니다. 지난 시즌 1은 조성호 선수에게 굉장히 특별한 시즌이 될 것 같은데 또 4강 커리어 하이도 찍어봤잖아요.
And of course, you had your career high
조금
last
허무한
season.
패배가 아쉽겠지만 그것도 또 약이 됐을 것 같거든요. 지난 시즌 1 어떤
Did it
경험이
actually become an
되셨나요?
experience, a medicine for you?
확실히 항상 성주 결승할 때 결승전에 갔는데 4강에서 떨어지고
Yeah, whenever
결승에
Maru
가니까
네.
그 느낌도 약간
Went up there,
다르더라고요.
but semi-final it actually felt a little different when I went up there.
네, 저번 시즌 4강 찍었으니까 올해는
And this season I've been up to the
이번에는
semi-finals
결승
last time, and this time I want to go up to the
저는 또
finals.
놀라기도 한 게 이번 시즌 지네어 그린윙스 주력 선수들이 다 떨어지고
Of course, yes.
지금 첫
Talking
번째로
about your
올라가는
team,
지네어
lots of
선수가
junior green wings
되셨어요.
dropped out already, and you're the
네,
first one
이런
from the team
흐름은 조성호
making
선수에게도
it to the
좀
round of
어색하지
16.
않으신가요?
네, 진짜
How do you think this is? Isn't this a little awkward?
올라갈 줄 알았는데 또 떨어지긴
Yeah, I thought a lot of my
떨어지기도
teammates will
하고
actually
또
make it
이제
along with me.
다른 조 선수들 경기들 볼 때도 이변이
And I was
많이
watching
일어나더라고요.
a lot of
네.
upset matches from the other groups.
좀 긴장했어요 오늘.
So that's
긴장을
also another reason why I was
자,
nervous on
이번
stage
시즌
just a
2도
little bit
과연
more.
돌풍의 핵이 될지 많은 분들이 기대를 하고 계시는데요. 이번 시즌 2
And of course, a lot of fans
마지막으로 한 말씀
are rooting for
해주시죠.
you. Any final words to them?
그냥 32강에서 16강 가는 거는 뭐 당연하다고
Well, I
생각하고요.
think
이제는요.
it's a done deal. Of course,
네,
I make it to the round of 16.
이제는, 나중에는 이제 16강에서 8강 가는 선수도
And later on,
당연히 가야 되는 선수가 되고 싶고 또
and I want to be one of the players
시드권을
that's
받게 되면은
시드세요.
supposed to
이번 두
go to
선수가
Rhino
있어요.
Bait.
네.
네. 그게
And
좀
you're
당연한
actually
선수가
in
되고
seed.
싶어요.
for the group
그렇군요. 두
nomination.
명씩 많이 기대가 되실 것 같은데 그럼 앞으로도 활약 기대해 보도록 하겠습니다.
Yeah, we
다시
have
한번 진출
great
축하드립니다.
expectation coming out from
감사합니다.
you from the group nomination. Congrats once
네,
again.
이렇게 첫 번째 진출자 지네어 그린윙스 조성호 선수를
Thank you, G. Clef.
만나봤는데요.
Excellent work as
계속해서
always.
GSL 32강 이벤트 안내해드리겠습니다.
Parents.
Yeah, did you see
Fine.
his dad pretending to talk on the phone in that TI-89 calculator?
Man, I'm trying to imagine if your parents were telling you how to play. That'd be interesting.
Did they really tell him how to play?
Probably not. Not really. So we have Trap moving on.
I would love to see my parents try to tell me how to play. If they could even make a sentence that would make sense on StarCraft,
Yeah.
I'd do it.
Yeah.
Because I know they couldn't.
Oh, really? Is that what you think? We're going to go to a break. We come back. We're going to go to the losers match of today's GSL Codas. Don't go away.
You and me gotta get off the bridge.